All right, why don't we take a look at what Brock Purdy is doing during his bye week? This is courtesy Jenna Brandt, Brock's fiance. We see a farm, we see the John Deere, multiple John Deeres, and we see Brock driving the tractor at harvest time. Blue collar guy continues to put in the work. Needs that little side hustle probably to afford the Bay Area rent on the most cost efficient quarterback salary in the National Football League. But there's the look at Brock driving the tractor. Good stuff. So, why don't we use that as an opportunity to talk about Brock Purdy? Because, boy, has he been excellent so far this season. There are few topics that casuals get wrong on a more regular basis than Brock Purdy, who has been accurate and efficient to all parts of the field. Take a look at this. I'll zoom in on Purdy so you could see him. But this is blue is good, red is bad. You could see throws to each level of the field. Behind the line of scrimmage, short, intermediate, deep, and then overall accuracy rate. So you're going to want more blue. And Brock Purdy is right down here. My cursor is hovering over his name. So behind the line of scrimmage, 77%. Good. 31 of his throws have gone there. Short, Brock Purdy, 50%. That is 119 of his throws have gone there. This, by the way, accuracy is determined by PFF charting. This is not completion percentage. This is this is a percentage, I believe, above the expectation. Intermediate, 38%, 53 of his throws have gone there. And then the darkest blue that you see from Brock Purdy is deep. 24 of his throws have gone there, 50%. The accuracy index, 51% for Brock Purdy. Pretty damn good that there's nothing over in any part of the field to which Brock Purdy has struggled. That's made the 49ers offense one that is really, really tough to defend. There's more with Brock Purdy. Take a look at this right here. Why don't we zoom in on this? Brock Purdy has been exceptional with his legs. EPA generated by runs or quarterback scrambles. Brock Purdy is fourth in the whole league, behind only Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, and Sam Howell. He's generated more with his legs on a per-play basis than Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, or Justin Fields. So Brock Purdy has actually been the opposite of physically limited. Physically limited was the narrative on him coming out of the draft, especially when he started for the 49ers last year after Jimmy Garoppolo went down. That hasn't been true. Like I said, casuals are wrong about one thing more often than they're wrong about a lot of other things, and that is the play of Brock Purdy. And then you talk about versatility. Well, here's Brock driving a tractor over the bye week. I find this relevant because we heard from Kyle Juszczyk in my story following the game against Cincinnati. Juszczyk said, I think we just got to get away from football for a few days. That's the issue. Get away from football, press the reset button, and Kyle Juszczyk said that a lot for the 49ers would get better. And I think, naturally players are going to get more healthy, and the 49ers offense really needs Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel back. But from a mental standpoint, some of those losses can wear on you. Sometimes when you're trying to put the complementary football puzzle together, you just need a little bit of a break. You need to do something a little bit differently. And the 49ers have been grinding for training camp, preseason, and 8 straight weeks. I think their bye comes at a perfect time. Halfway through the season. Think about the 2019 team. That bye did not come at an opportune time. It came after week 3, a win against the Steelers. Too early for the team to need rest at that point, right? The 49ers at 5-3, having lost 3 in a row, definitely needed some rest at this point of the season. I have another pretty cool graphic here. I think this one indicates and shows the health of the 49ers offense. This is quarterbacks expected points added on the first read. So your x-axis is going to be the percentage of throws to the first read. Further to the right, more throws to the first read. Your y-axis is going to be efficiency on throws to the first read. So Brock Purdy is throwing above league average to his first read, which is the sign of a functioning offense. You want to get the ball out quickly. You want your quarterback to get along with his play caller. You want the play caller to be scheming stuff up that has openings on the first read. If there aren't openings on the first read, it means that the offense is not well designed. It means that the opposing defense is beating you. Jimmy Garoppolo, they just benched him over in Oakland. Look out, or in Las Vegas. I keep on saying Oakland for the Raiders, but look how much further down the chart than everybody else his first read throws are. So they just fired Josh McDaniels and they fired the offensive coordinator in Las Vegas. And I think this is a huge part of the reason. They're not scheming stuff up for Jimmy Garoppolo on the first read. Well, Kyle Shanahan is making sure that that first read is open. And then since it is open for the 49ers, and since Brock Purdy is executing, his first read execution has been amongst the best in the league. It's up there with Mahomes, a little bit better than Jalen Hurts, up there with Jared Goff's, a little bit worse than Justin Herbert's, and a little bit worse than Tua Tagovailoa's. So being in the top right of this graph indicates that a quarterback is playing well, and it indicates that he's part of a healthy offensive system. Every single quarterback is a product of their offensive system to some degree. And I think the 49ers have a really nice setup right now. Also, Brock Purdy, opposite of physically limited. I know I kept that down at the bottom of the screen. Well, look here. If stuff hasn't been open on the first read, if it hasn't been open on the second, maybe even the third read, and the 49ers offensive line obviously hasn't been great this year. We've talked a lot about that. Well, Brock Purdy has been able to take off and run at the fourth greatest efficiency in the NFL. To me, that's remarkable. And then here's that accuracy across the entire field for Brock Purdy. He's at the very bottom, just above Deshaun Watson, actually. Jalen Hurts is also up here. I got to take off the. You see Hurts right underneath Purdy in terms of accuracy. But Purdy blew across the entire row, which is very, very significant. So Brock Purdy is number 3 in QBR. These are just facts. Number 1 in EPA per play, number 3 in QBR. He's been excellent for the 49ers. The interception rate, it's a little bit worse than the other stats, but it's still better than league average. He's at a 2.2% interception rate. I think you set parameters for the second half of the season, the 49ers are going to want to knock that interception rate down under 2%. But he's, I think, number 14 in that regard right now. He's thrown 4 picks over the last 2 games, so it's been a little tougher for Brock Purdy here as of late, but still very, very efficient. One more look at the tractor, because I think that the tractor is the story of the bye week. Brock Purdy driving the John Deere. That is our parting shot. Everybody, we'll talk to you really soon. I've got the article on the 49ers midseason evaluation for their defense coming up next. We're going to delve into that and more with the offensive evaluation coming in full force tomorrow. So everybody stay tuned, hit the subscribe, and hit the little alarm bell to alert you when all this content's going to be coming out. We're going to have a lot of it here over the next couple days.